Why some managers become CXOs and the others stay managers forever. Let me share with you a very common question. How do I start thinking like a CXO when I am a manager now? Good evening, everyone. Let me ask you something before I share the secrets. What if the biggest reason you are not getting promoted isn't your skills or experience or hard work, but because you are still thinking like a manager when the organization needs future CXOs? Think about it. Because every year, thousands of highly competent managers wonder, why was someone else chosen for the bigger role? Why do leaders keep talking about strategic thinking? What exactly are CXOs seeing that I am not? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most professionals don't get stuck because of only a capability problem. They get stuck because of perspective problem. And today we are going to talk about how you can start developing a CXO mindset long before you become a CXO. And before we dive in, let me share that today is episode 59 of the 365 live sessions journey on career growth strategies. For 59 consecutive days, we have been having honest conversations about the realities of career growth, leadership, and becoming future ready professionals. And today's topic could completely change the way you approach your career. Let's begin with a simple truth. Managers manage tasks or activities. CXOs manage outcomes. Managers ask what needs to get done. CXOs will ask, why does this matter? What is the business impact? What happens next? What risks are we missing? That's the first shift. So, fact number one, CXOs think in business outcomes. Research from leading executive leadership studies consistently shows that senior leaders are evaluated on revenue growth, customer outcomes, risk management, profitability, and long term sustainability, not on the number of meetings they attend or emails they send. So, let me give you a couple of examples and a couple of strategies for those examples. Example number one, a manager says, we completed the project on time. A CXO asks, did the project improve customer satisfaction? Did it improve efficiency? Did it create any business value? Same project, but different lens. So, what strategies can we adopt to think like a CXO as a manager? Strategy number one, start understanding the business model. Many managers understand their department well. CXOs understand the entire business. So ask yourself, how does the company make money? What are the biggest risks? This is on the top of your department, of your function or your function. How does the company make money? What are the biggest risks? What drives customer loyalty? What keeps the CEO awake at night? The answers to these questions change your thinking dramatically. Here's strategy number 2: learn to think in trade offs. CXOs constantly make difficult decisions. Every decision involves cost versus growth, speed versus quality, short term versus long term, risk versus opportunity. Managers often look for the right answers. CXOs often look for the best compromise. Let me share with you example number 2. Suppose your team wants a new software tool. A manager will ask, can we afford it? A CXO asks, if we don't invest now, what will it cost us over the next 2 years or 3 years? Very different thinking. So, here are the strategies for you. Strategy number 1, for example, number 2: build an enterprise mindset. Managers optimize their own teams while CXOs optimize the entire organization. Before making recommendations, ask, how does this impact other teams as well? Customers, financial results. How does it impact customers? How does it impact the financial results? How does it impact the future growth? The wider your perspective, the more leadership ready you become. Strategy number 2, for example, 2: spend more time asking the right questions. The best leaders don't always have all the answers, but they ask exceptional questions. Questions like, what problem are we really solving? What is changing in the market? What opportunities are we not seeing? If we do nothing, what happens? Questions elevate thinking, and elevated thinking creates executive presence, leadership presence. So, let me share with you a practical exercise. Starting tomorrow, in every meeting, prepare one business insight, one strategic question, and one recommendation. This single habit can completely change how people perceive your leadership capabilities. So stop asking, how do I do my job better? And start asking, how do I help the business perform better? That is the beginning of CXO thinking. And here's the career reality check. Most promotions into senior leadership, don't happen because someone worked harder. They happen because someone demonstrated this: business understanding, strategic judgment, enterprise thinking, and decision making capability. In other words, leadership starts in your mindset before it shows up in your title. If this conversation resonated with you, comment "Think like a CXO" below. Because many professionals are only one mindset shift away from their next big shift or next big opportunity. And if you are serious about accelerating your leadership growth, leadership presence, strategic thinking, and promotion readiness, join my deeper learning sessions. The link is in the featured section of my bio. Let me leave you with one final thought. The question isn't, when will I become a CXO? A better question is, am I already thinking like one? Because titles come later, mindsets come first. And often, organizations promote people based on the thinking they have already demonstrated. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please join me again tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. IST for episode 60 of our 365 live sessions journey. Block just 10 minutes every day for your own career growth. One insight, one mindset shift, one breakthrough at a time. Until then, don't wait for a bigger title to think bigger. Start thinking like a CXO today.